The Boston Bruins look to go up 3-1 in the series tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs, but before this game, we have a lot of updates to bring you regarding from the Boston Bruins, as well as a William Nylander update, so make sure to stick around, find out what we have here today. But before we get into all of this news, we notice that 81% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your Boston Bruins news all throughout these playoffs, as well heading into the offseason, you're in the right spot. Make sure to hit the sub button and join me here as we cover this very good looking team in this playoffs. But like I said, let's get straight into this first topic here, which is an injury update. I haven't brought one to you guys in a few days, but from a recent NHL.com article from the Bruins, we now know a few injury updates regarding Justin Brazeau, Derek Forbort, and excluding Andrew Peeke, because we know that is week to week. But this is what they have to say here. Derek Forbort and Justin Brazeau were both, once again, full participants in practice as they continue to progress towards being potential options. Getting closer, said Montgomery. I don't think we're comfortable at the point yet to be able to play them. Brazeau is still a ways away, apparently, and Forbort's probably closer than Brazeau. There's so many steps, there's conditioning steps, and then there's a confidence step as well on top of that. So, a pretty important update here is we knew that Derek Forbort could be an option over this, next few games of this series from what we had known before Game 3. So Derek Forbort would be a nice addition to the depth, I guess we could say. Would he make the roster right away coming back from an injury? I don't know. As that article said there, or that little prompt, there's a confidence step and a conditioning step, and where Derek Forbort's been out so long and only returning to practice a little bit more recently compared to Justin Brazeau, we really don't know if he'd be available in this series yet, if he'd be available in the next series, but things are getting closer for him, which is a very good sign, especially with the loss of Andrew Peeke. But we also have the Justin Brazeau update, one that I know many people have been asking me about in the comments, as well as, my own concern, because I'm a huge fan of Justin Brazeau, and I really want to see him back in this lineup, and this could be another big one. If he can get this conditioning back and everything, he's been practicing for a few weeks now, which is a very good sign, and hopefully will be a closer sign to him returning sooner than later, even though Montgomery said there that he is a ways away. We heard week to week a couple weeks ago. Hopefully now it's more a bit of a day-to-day rather than a week-to-week, or even if it's just, not even in this series and beginning of next, I'm totally okay with that. But adding Justin Brazeau to this forward core right now would be amazing. Everybody here in the last game and throughout the series have been playing pretty well, and you can't take that away from them. Pat Maroon, especially where he's coming back from an injury, he's a bit slower on that aspect, but he was a huge addition to add to this forward core, and especially as you can see game for game, he's starting to heat back up and get back to the Pat Maroon we know and love, or love now, I should say, for the Boston Bruins standpoint. But once again, Justin Brazeau would be a very nice addition to this forward core if he could return, but one thing about Justin Brazeau's injury and his talent and his play style, I don't want to rush him back. It's going to be an important thing to have him back once he does arrive, but if you rush him back, he's still injured, that will only hurt the team more than help them. So you want him fully healthy, whether it be not playing at all in this series, or playing in a Game 7 if there is one, or playing at the beginning of next series. I think we need to take it day by day, step by step, and hopefully we see Brazeau here in this playoff run here at some point. But we have another update here regarding the goaltending, as I normally do. We have just about every video is having an update on who's going to be starting, who we think should start, but this is a pretty big one, as we potentially have our starter already revealed, and this comes from Chris Johnson during today's practice for the Boston Bruins, as Jeremy Swayman is in the visitors' net as the Bruins' morning skate gets underway. So, being the away team here in Toronto, and he's starting in the visitors' net, that normally, I would say about 80 to 85% of the time means that he's going to be starting. Now, does this mean he will be starting? Are the Bruins just going to keep on playing mind games with Montgomery and Sweeney, deciding to still just try and stay in the heads and get in the heads of this Toronto Maple Leafs team? That's only, exactly what we expect. We don't really know. Once again, this could just be another tactic from Sweeney, Montgomery, even the goaltending situation between Swayman and Ullmark themselves. They both know that they don't really care who starts. They both love to start, but they won't be mad if they don't. But this comes out as well in that same NHL.com article as the Derek Forbort and Justin Brazeau injury. Montgomery said that he's made his decision regarding Saturday's starting goalie, but would only say we're following the plan we had set in place. And the big thing about this is had set in place. So we knew they had a plan before the playoffs, whether that be rotate them the first 4 games, rotate them this entire series and see how it works, or get both goalies in and then go from there. We know that Swayman's been the better goalie. That's no doubt. Ullmark has once again still been very good. The Bruins just didn't show up completely in that game. So whatever goalie it is, I'm okay with. You know, I think that if we see Ullmark, he gets a win against this Toronto Maple Leafs team, the Maple Leafs will just completely lose their mind. They will have no hope. We've seen the energy come out of the stadium in Game 1. The commentators even mentioned that and everything, you know. It's going to be a big thing if Ullmark can get a win, but if it's Swayman as well, he's already in their head. So it don't matter to me as long as we see these guys show up and the team in front of them help them get this win, because that will once again be a very, very big part of this team winning this game, especially here in Toronto. And if we can go up 3-1 in Toronto, heading back to Boston for 5 and 6, or 5, and then back to Toronto for 6 or 7, that would be a very, very big scenario to see if we can get back that home ice advantage, and we already have it, but keep it and solidify it ahead of the next game in Boston. But we have one final update here today. It's a Nylander one, as we've been doing since we don't really know what is wrong with Nylander. But all signs are pointing to him returning, and we've seen some people say that they would be very surprised if he was not in this lineup here tonight. So this is what I have here from Luke Fox, and then a whole bunch of other people are kind of saying the same thing. William Nylander, a full participant today on the line of Kyle Yarncrow and Pontus Holmberg, plus top power play unit, scores on Samsonov and Wall. So it seems like Nylander's fully back. We've seen him at practice as of late, keeping that full energy. Everybody on this Leafs team seemingly saying he's okay, and he's been okay. However, we know the concussions, the migraines, or whatever they're calling it at this point, and then the personal reasons he's been out, we really still don't know what is the truth behind William Nylander's injury. And from what we're hearing, he's still ready to play. He looks ready to play, and he has so far this entire time. So this is going to be one thing that the Bruins are going to have to add a layer of defense on. And that's what really is in my mind, whether they put Ullmark in for this game against Nylander, if he is in, and then have Swayman watch from the bench to, you know, try and stay up to date with this team's play style, I guess, with the addition of Nylander, where he is being hot against them already. So either way, I think we're fine. I don't want to say we're going to win. I don't want to say that. I don't want to jinx anything, you know. But I think the Bruins know they can adapt. They've been playing very, very well, and they really can pull this off if they want to. And if they show up, they will win. That's really the key that I've had all playoffs for this team. But it's going to be an interesting one. And I kind of have a little screenshot here as well. TSN, FanDuel, has the Boston Bruins as underdogs for this game. Now, it's not a heavy underdog, but it's an underdog nonetheless. And this, to me, kind of seems like that is pointing towards a Nylander being back in this lineup for the Maple Leafs. But either way, I don't care about the odds. I think the Maple Leafs are still thinking a bit too much about this. I still think they're in their heads a bit too much. But the Bruins, very, very exciting game here tonight. Excited to see what they can pull off and how they show up to this game. Who's in net in the whole situation that we've been wondering this entire playoff run. But that's all I got here in this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to give the video a like. Hit the sub button as well if you do want to stay up to date with all of this Boston Bruins news. But that's all I got. Like I said, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.